This TikTok liberal actually believes that being called, or just the words American citizen, are actually inherently racialized terms.
I just got out of a lecture and my professor said something that really struck me that I feel like should have been super obvious that I just had not connected the dots on before. And that is the fact that the term American citizen is a racialized term. It's associated with whiteness, whether we want it to or not, because of the way that white supremacy is so intricately bound with the foundation of the country that we call America, that when you hear the word American citizen, the first thing that comes to mind is a white person. And what's crazy is I have this super vivid memory when I was only maybe 5 or 6 years old. My mom was just about to get her citizenship and she was like, yo, I'm gonna be an American citizen. And I was freaking out because I fully thought that my mother was gonna turn into a white woman. And obviously she didn't, but it's just crazy to me how at such a young age I already was conditioned to think that American citizen meant white by default.
So first of all, it sounds to me like she is the one that's racist. I don't know about you, but it just comes off that she is the one that's attributing American citizen with whiteness. I mean, normal people aren't, but she is. That's what would make her racist. These are these white liberals, right, that believe and think that for some reason that they are to right these wrongs by believing that white people are evil and everything else like that. They're being racist. That's what they're doing. They think it's, just being tolerant or something, but it's not. It's not at all. She's the one that held that assumption that it's what it meant. And I thought when my mom did this, that she actually was going to turn white. That's her assumption, a racist assumption on her behalf. No one implanted that in her. Nobody did anything else like that. It's just what it is. Now, she kind of subtly mentions in there, as I was talking about before, about her hearing this in a lecture, I'm assuming in college, that she is, and heard this from a professor, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. Guys, this is indoctrination. That's what that is. What they're telling her there, it's like this student that comes home from college and they think they're somehow smart because they heard a professor say something they didn't really think about all that much. Kids, just the term American citizen is really a white term. It means whites only. It's racist in and of its own name. Okay? And then they go home and they're like, oh, look, it totally makes sense. I'm so smart because my professor told me that saying American citizen means being white. That's where you get this from. This is the brainwashing. This is the indoctrination. This is what you're seeing right now. And as a result of this, they get on TikTok and they think they sound smart when they really are just making themselves sound really, really stupid. That's all this is about. Matter of fact, we're really the only country in the world, for the most part, where you can kind of attribute so many types of races in one place. But yet, for some reason, they want to think it's inherently bad, or to think that it's something that's going on specifically with whiteness or something like that. It doesn't make sense. Meanwhile, they have no problem with Africa being vast majority black, obviously attributed as being a black country, or China being a Chinese country. They have no problem with those, but America, it's the problem. Those words cannot be uttered to be a citizen of the United States. It's absolutely ridiculous. It really is ridiculous, especially because they're trying to push this narrative, I'm assuming, about immigration and everything else like that. I'm not buying any of this stuff that this girl is saying here, or at least we assume is a girl. We don't want to assume all of the 15 different pronouns I could probably be going by at any point. But the point and the takeaway with all of this is that this girl is not learning. Okay, she wasn't learning anything in there. She was being brainwashed, and they're too unable to see and tell the difference between the two things. That's really the problem that's going on. You just watched a clip from The William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.